Hey, let me talk to you really quickly. I really quickly want to share with you a little mindset thing about education that'll make a difference. If you followed me for a while, you know about some of this, but I like to stress it. My name's Dr. Fred Ray Libran, and I am an educator and advocate for homeschoolers and have a number of courses out there that are changing a lot of lives to be effective academically and emotionally and practically. Well, what I want to talk to you about today is how you think about education. And I want to invite you to think about education probably differently than you were brought up. We basically in America came through an educational system that had behind it the idea of a tabula rasa, a blank slate. And so this blank slate was the student. And what you can do with the blank slate is you can write things on it, you can teach them. You can see this in universities even to this day, especially where they have these incredibly driven liberal agendas trying to drive it into the heart and soul of the child. And to some degree that works, and some degree it doesn't. Some degree there's a reaction because human beings still want to think for themselves. Many of them do. Let's say it that way. Well, that tabula rasa blank slate metaphor, or way of thinking about it, I'm going to argue is not healthy. So if you look at your kids and your kids understand it that way, well, what's going to happen is mommy teaches, and you're going to get exhausted, focused on trying to write things on their minds rather than them being the teachers. That's another issue. Look around our other vlogs and blogs for that. But what you want to think about is education, and the root of that word, educare. It ties back to Greek and Latin, but it basically means to draw out of, okay? And so the duct, leadership, to lead out, to draw out of, out from, ducere, ductus, that kind of thing. So what it means is, in their mindset, the knowledge was already in the child or in the student, and all you're trying to do is draw it out. They would look at it as metaphorically that they're tied to their ancestors or the ether or some way to draw out information already in them, like they already know in their heart. That may not be exactly accurate, but it's the accurate way to think. Functionally, that's how it goes. So that what's happening when you draw it out of kids and they talk and they interact and they read and they think and they discuss, they're making connections, and the more the merrier. So the Socratic dynamics in there too, but it's drawing out of them insight and understanding rather than trying to force it on them and teach it on them. Tabula rasa. It is education, educare, drawing it out. So the more you think that way, have that mindset that you want to invite them to bring what they have out in the open so they can learn from it. It's pretty amazing. Writing's especially that way because it really looks that way. You start writing and it looks like, wow, look what was in this person. And so the metaphor, the mindset itself, is incredibly helpful for home educators. Hope that helps you.